Hello, welcome back to Path of Nostalgia. Let's go into the world of dreams with the Dreamstone. Yeah, this is completely different from what I've seen before. Like, of all the shows that I've seen, this is completely baffling, different, and somehow it works. The Dreamstone. So this is sort of a fantasy. Well, let me think. It's sort of like J.R. Tolkien, but for kids, very much for a very young audience. So we've basically got different characters. We've got a completely surreal, colourful, and very sort of imaginative design and feel for the Dreamstone. I think the way it's presented, how it's animated, is interesting, and how the story goes along as well, which is sort of, it's a bit convoluted, a bit sort of get your head around a bit. So let me break down what the Dreamstone is. So the Dreamstone was originally aired in 1990, then it ran for 4 seasons. So this is no one-off, this is. So it's run for 4 seasons of 13 episodes, and it finished until about 1995, and then it's not been solved since. I mean, this is one of those shows that people don't really know that much. I mean, it ran for 4 seasons, so it sort of done well back in the day, but its popularity just went on the slab, just like that. Sorry for the loud noise. So the story of the Dreamstone is basically to do with this young guy. I don't know what he's called. It's some weird thing called, I don't know. It's like a dog person called Rufus, who's basically looking for a job, and he stumbles upon the Dream Castle, the Dream Lord, who creates these Dreamstones. And I think it's like some nights they go out and they project dreams. I think it's to do energy or something like energy for worlds or something like that. And obviously on the other side of this, well, let's say this dark cloud that sort of harbours over where these creatures live, there's this place called Lord of Nightmares, and this character called Hordak, who it's basically like, I don't know, it's like a buffed up version of like Skeletor or something like that. I kind of find it's a bit like Masters of the Universe mixed in with J.R. Tolkien, if you know what I mean. It's just, the design of it is pretty colourful, and the characters themselves are sort of weirdly designed. I mean, you got a character called Albert, who is a guard dog, but he's a fish with a dog's face, like a goldfish. Weird. You have I think they call them minks. That's it. I think that's what they call them minks. They're like green dog people. They live in the Middle Ages or something like that. It's pretty. It's baffling. It's pretty baffling stuff. This is. I mean, for kids, how's the continuity going? The continuity must be seriously massive. I think, because it's like, I think I have like little stories in between, but I think it's made to do with the Dreamstone very much. Like, it's the epic search, the epic masterpiece, to get the Dreamstone or something like that. Again, it's like the rings in Lord of the Rings, if you know what I mean. I think people know what Lord of the Rings is very much. I keep referencing J.R. Tolkien, which is weird, but I can see a little bit of similarities. I mean, there's a few films and TV shows that sort of do that, but this one is sort of, let's say, covered up, if you know what I mean. Like, it's been left in the cellar for a long time, and people don't even know what it is. gradually this video might come up and may boost some intrigue for the youngsters or people who might watch it and think, "Good group, my God, I haven't seen that for years." Like since maybe 1982, who knows? Weirdly enough, this is done by Independent Television, and I don't know who greenlit this thing, but now, for me, baffling with this negativity and stuff like that. I'm not negative about the show. I think it's pretty interesting. I think it's like this obscure oddity that we've never seen before. I mean, my sort of introduction to the Dreamstone is basically seeing this DVD inlay from this Super 10 DVD I got years ago, like in the early 2000s, I think I got it from. And inside there's all these DVDs like with Herb's, the original version of Paddington. Yeah, and at the bottom, in the corner, there was something called Dreamstone. I was quite interested to see what the hell that was. To me, I thought it was like, oh, is it like pirates or something? And it didn't cross my mind, and I didn't really sort of investigate it. It wasn't until, I think a few years later, I would have been about, I might have been 16 or 17 when I was in town. And in the market, there's a stall. If anyone lives in Kendal, you know there's a stall. There's an old guy who basically sells VHSs. Still does, actually. I think he's still trying to get rid of them all. I saw one of them. It was actually the Dreamstone. I think it was the first one. And it's basically the guy, the protagonist Rufus, in his pajamas in a bubble, and behind the side was Albert. And one thing that struck me was the distribution as well. This is, and I thought that's quite interesting. I was really intrigued by it. But I sort of researched it and thought, oh, okay, so this is how it goes. And, well, yeah, I watched it and thought, it's not bad. I mean, there's a few things about it. I mean, there's a bit of less audio, if you know what I mean, like, there's not much, there's a bit of emptiness with it. I mean, you've got the voices, of course, and you've got sound effects, but there's a bit of emptiness about it, like, there's no audio at all. I don't know if it's how it's produced or anything, or the distribution. It's just interesting. It just sort of baffles me. But overall, I think the voice actors do interesting work, especially this guy Gary Martin who did the voice of Hordak. That's quite good, that is. And you have a few likable characters like Rufus. You have the Dream Master. That's it. I think of Dream Lord. That's totally different. Dream Lord. No. Yeah, and the animation, pretty good as well. So, thanks for watching. Sorry this video is a bit meandering, bloated, drawn out about the Dreamstone. It's just that it's a show that's never really grasped me until, well, still isn't going to be sort of interesting to me, but it's there for a reason, I think. It's sort of one of the forgotten little gems, if you know what I mean, of children's TV, I think, from the 90s, 90s television. There's a lot of obscurities out there, and I'm still covering them, I'm still getting there. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you for the next video.